The transition towards electronic and digital payments has increased rapidly in the last few years, and many places have limited the ability to pay cash, and some shops will refuse cash payments in favor of electronic payment, such as credit and debit cards, and mobile payment methods like Apple Pay. Here are some facts about declining cash use. In the UK in 2017, debit cards overtook cash as the most frequently used payment method. In 2010, cash payments counted for 56% of all payments, but in 2020 that number had fell to 17%. Similar findings were found in the United States. Since 2018, debit cards have been the most popular choice of payment. In 2021, cash was used for 1 in 5 purchases, but in 2016, cash accounted for about 1 in 3 purchases, which shows a drop of over 10% in just 5 years. The widespread push for digital payment has the potential to cause many negative consequences, however it can come with some positive benefits, but do the positives outweigh the negatives? In this video we will review the good and the bad of a cashless society. First of all, what is a cashless society? A cashless society is where financial transactions are not conducted using physical notes, but instead with digital information. Cashless societies have existed in history, such as barter economies. For the purpose of this video, we will be talking about a society where financial transactions are achieved purely through digital form, potentially even removing the need for a physical credit or debit card, and having mobile payments as the main method, such as in China, where cash is basically obsolete, with even homeless people accepting money through their phone. Types of cashless payment include mobile wallets such as Apple Wallet and Google Wallet, and these have their own integrated payment methods, Apple Pay and Google Pay. Physical cards are another option, but as I said earlier, these are not always considered to be fully digital. Cryptocurrency, this is the least popular method as only a few retailers accept cryptocurrency, and only Bitcoin is accepted for many of these. Bank transfer. Other digital payment processors such as PayPal and Buy Now Pay Later services such as Klarna. Now that we have an understanding of what a cashless society is, we can now go over some advantages and concerns of going cashless. The main benefit of a cashless society is the convenience and ease of making payments as a consumer and for businesses receiving payments. Making a purchase with a credit card takes only a few seconds; with cash it takes a lot longer. The next benefit is that it can help people with their finances and allow more effective budgeting. Due to all purchases being tracked and recorded, it is easy to see what exactly you spend your money on, and most banking apps will display this information for you. However, with cash, tracking purchases is much harder. The third benefit is safety. In terms of physical safety, cash is a risk, and it can make you a target. For example, if someone steals your wallet, that cash is gone, and you will not likely see it again. But if your credit cards get stolen, then you can call your bank and reverse the fraudulent charges and get a new card in just a few days. The final benefit is the fact that digital payments are more versatile. You can't make a payment online with physical notes and coins, but you can with digital payment methods, and it is harder to make large purchases with just cash as it is inconvenient, and credit cards make it much safer to send large amounts of money. For example, if you are buying a new car for £10,000, then it is much easier to send that money with a few taps on your phone compared to bringing a bag full of cash. Now let's go into the negatives. The first and most significant is the lack of anonymity and privacy when making purchases. All electronic purchases are recorded and are tracked. This is a concern even if you have nothing to hide, as it allows for spending behavior to be monitored and the potential for this information to be sold. Another negative is that it is way too easy to spend a lot of money in a short time. This can lead to debt for a lot of people. The average adult in the UK had £1,068 of credit card debt in 2021, and in the US it's even higher at $5,611 in Q1 of 2021. The risk of getting into debt with credit card and buy now pay later processors is much higher compared to paying with cash. Another negative is that if the internet goes down or your country has a power outage, then you will have no access to your funds if they are all digital. This can create havoc, especially after a natural disaster or in times of global uncertainty. Following on from this, a cashless society can lead to an increase in control by governments. This is because it removes freedom. The removal of cash is a stepping stone to a totalitarian government and can lead to CBDCs and universal basic income. If these were introduced, the potential for a government to control its citizens is terrifying. A digital currency will end freedom as we know it, as they will create it in a way where it has to be spent by a certain date, and it may even be locked to a certain geographical location. This will destroy the ability to save and create wealth, which will keep people poor. Universal basic income has the potential to be as bad as it will be based on the fact that you do what they say, and if you don't, you simply won't get it. This is frightening as it will increase the control a government will have over its citizens, and it will make people comply, and they will do whatever the government says because they want their free money. In conclusion, a cashless society is not a good idea and can have many destructive consequences, intended or otherwise, and it can spiral into a dystopian nightmare if we let it. I believe there is a good balance where we can use both, and we don't have to be all or nothing, and we can have the freedom to use whatever means of payment we choose. Thanks for watching. Leave any thoughts you have in the comments.